Hello all and welcome to Astro Wheel of Fortune. So today I'm doing a reading on what soul healing blessings are coming to you. So I don't exactly know. My intention is just to see any kind of healing energy that comes your way, any healing situations or things that you can receive that will be healing particularly to you. So there's not really a strict guide by which I'm going to be going with this reading. But we have 4 piles here today. So we've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. You can pause the video to see which pile you are attracted to the most, which one kind of takes you in. And I'll see you guys in your pile, and we're going to start with pile 1. So, pile 1, let's get started with what healing blessings are coming your way. But first, we're going to look at what needs to be healed and what you're looking for subconsciously, maybe even what healing you're looking for subconsciously. So, we've got the rabbit card to represent you as a person, your needs, your strengths and weaknesses in this moment in time. It doesn't mean in general, but this is kind of how you're presenting right now, or the way that you are, the energy that you're in right now. So you are represented by the rabbit. Recognize your significance. The rabbit is a lot of the time the rabbit talks about fertility, talks about creativity, it talks about sexuality and intimacy as well. But in this instance, I'm really getting a nervous energy from you guys. So maybe a lot of you suffer from anxiety. Maybe a lot of you that pick this pile, tend to get anxious thoughts, anxious feelings. But I'm seeing that you guys are exceptionally creative, and something that you need to heal and nourish is to be creative. You need the ability to put creativity out into the world. You need to create, whether it's projects or art or music. You just constantly need to create something. That is a really big part of who you are and how you heal. So a lot of you could heal through writing and singing songs. A lot of you could be healing through painting. A lot of you could be healing through creating projects. Maybe you guys create meditations, maybe you guys create workout routines. Whatever it is, I'm getting very strong energy of you guys just constantly creating in order to heal. And when that creativity is taken away from you, or it gets diluted by the everyday, your healing can halt and stop, or the healing is just not as effective. So for a lot of you, your healing has to come through creativity. And creativity doesn't have to mean that you're creating a masterpiece every second of every day. Creativity can literally just be pouring paint on a canvas, slapping paint on a canvas. Creativity can be just, putting notes together, putting words together, maybe writing poetry. That's something that's coming through here. A lot of you guys process and heal through creativity. So what needs to be healed? We've got the Tower card in reverse, and we've got the Four of Wands in reverse. So for a lot of you, this could even be your living situation. Maybe in your living situation where you are right now, you can't have a creative space. That's something that I'm getting for some of you. You can't have a creative space. Maybe you just don't have enough space in terms of, for example, let's say you are an artist and you really want to sculpt, and the kind of sculptures that you want to sculpt require a lot of working with paint, working with messy materials, working with plaster, with all sorts of things. And your living situation right now doesn't allow you to have that kind of studio space. So the cards are kind of indicating that you're finding yourself a little bit stuck right now because you feel like you don't have enough space to practice and to create what you want to create. I also am getting a message that you can create as big and small. So even though maybe you can't create the big sculptures, the big massive statues or sculptures that you have in your imagination, you can start small. Maybe start doing prototypes, or I'm getting almost the energy of like you scaling down. So whatever it is that you're doing, scale it down, do a version of it. Try and do, like, what if you did something where you maybe make those sculptures, but you make them on a smaller scale. Going outside, is there like an outside place where you can go and paint? Is there like a park where you can go and paint if like you're too scared of getting like paint everywhere in your house or on the walls? Another thing that I'm getting, some of you could be getting could be living in living situation that is not stable. It feels like you don't know if you're going to move or settle down, and that's why a lot of the time you guys are not, you feel like you're not being healed because you are anticipating a change in your home environment, or you're anticipating a change. Maybe you guys are between homes. Maybe some of you guys are in the process of moving homes, and right now that's a very difficult thing for you to do, to heal through your creativity. Maybe you guys are staying with a friend and you can't play music all the time because you have to be kind of mindful of their surroundings and the friend's schedule. So for some of you guys, this is a real, but what I'm getting the message, it's not going to be forever. It's not going to, like, especially with the Tower card in reverse, it's letting me know, this situation is coming to a close. It's not going to be forever. So soon you will be able to emerge into a more stable version of your home space. So whether it is moving out from another person's place or your parents, or whether it is changing your actual physical environment, I'm seeing you guys doing that, and I'm seeing you guys resolve it, and not come to terms, but change the environment and change the energy of the environment. So it's not forever. What I'm getting, it's not forever. Your living situation, or whatever, however you feel about your living situation, is not forever. It's going to change. It's going to evolve, if that makes sense. Then we've also got we've got the general blessing of your healing and how this healing is going to take place. So let's start with the general healing. So we've got earth magic. So earth magic, again, makes me think of the earthly realms. It makes me think of material wealth. It makes me think of jobs, home situations, living situations. A lot of you, you're being asked to use the earthly realms in order to heal. So for a lot of you, earthly realms could be working with clay. Like if you're a sculptor, working with clay, working with cooking meals for yourself for sustenance. Maybe if you can have a garden, or you can have like a little windowsill where you have herbs that you grow, and it's like a little bit of gardening. That's another additional healing that you can receive. And I'm seeing that you will be receiving healing in the earthly realm soon. So your living situation, healing your living situation. You will be healing. I'm kind of getting, a lot of you will get to have a garden. A lot of you will get to have a really nice cooking space. A lot of you guys will get a nice space where you can be creative and maybe even have a studio. If you are artistic, that's something that I'm seeing. For a lot of you, I'm seeing just a lot more security and safety where you live. So maybe you live in an unsafe environment right now, or unsafe. If it's not physically unsafe, it could be emotionally unsafe. And you're really longing for a safe environment, and that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 1, a safe environment. Maybe even you don't feel. Maybe your home life is not the problem, but maybe it's the community around you. For some of you, this could be like, you feel safe in your house, but maybe the community, maybe you're not a fan of the neighborhood where you live in. Maybe you're not a fan of the community around you. Maybe the vibes are just off, and you really want a space where you do feel comfortable and you do feel nourished. I'm hearing nourishment is very, very, very important for pile number 1. And a lot of the time, the way that you can manifest this nourishment in terms of like the living space and security, prepare a meal and maybe put the intention into the meal when you're preparing it that it will make you feel safe. This meal is going to make me feel safe. This meal is going to make me feel like I belong. This meal is going to make me feel that no matter where I am the home, because maybe a lot of you guys long for this place that you can call home, and you kind of keep thinking, oh, when I move, then I'll feel at home. When I move here, then I'll feel at home. But in reality, you guys are your own home, and maybe reinforcing that to yourself you could bake a cake and, you know, celebrate yourself being your own home. Maybe I'm kind of getting, I don't know why I'm getting this message, but it's almost like the cards are saying prepare a cake and celebrate your own housewarming, but the warming is yourself, like a housewarming of your own body and the security of your own body. So let's get more details on how this is going to go. So we have the Page of Swords in reverse. We've also got the Seven of Cups in reverse. Four of Pentacles upright. 10 of Swords upright. And we've got the Two of Wands upright. So we're going to start here with the swords, the Page of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Be careful not to let your mind go. I do feel like a lot of you guys can have anxious energy here in this group. A lot of you guys in this group would feel like, I feel like as soon as you feel insecure in your space, in your home, your mind goes to the worst possible situation. It goes to the worst possible scenario. You let your mind just go into the worst state. And that's something that the cards are asking you to consider. Why do you seem to go into that space? Why do you seem to go into the worst possible place? Is it because you sometimes don't even feel secure in your own body? And maybe that's something that, again, that's one theme that keeps coming through. And maybe you don't feel secure in your own body in terms of you think you're too thin, or you think you're too fat, or you think you're too short, or you think you're too tall. What are the things that you think make you unsafe in your own body? You know, what insecurities do you impose on your own body, and what was imposed on you when you were a child? Maybe something was imposed on you. You know, like a child, as you know, as they are by themselves, will never look in the mirror and go, I'm too tall, I'm too short. It'll always come from an outside influence. It'll always come from, you know, a parent or an uncle or a random stranger or a peer commenting on their body. It's never going to come from you. Look at what prison of insecurity you've been kind of put in since you were little, and does that actually make you feel unsafe in your own body? Does it, when you look at yourself and you go, I'm too fat, do you see that as an unsafe place for you to be in? Does your body feel like it's unsafe to be in? But in reality, if you think about it, you are sitting down, your body's moving around. You know, it's allowing you to do things, all, you know, to eat, to drink, to, you know, to feel. You are safe in your body, and your body has gotten you through a lot. So I'm really getting level of security. It's almost like insecurity about your home life and your connection to places almost correlates to your security in your own body, in your body self-image. And that's really, like, it's very interesting to me, because I feel like a lot of you guys find it very hard to feel secure. I'm getting that a lot of you guys find it very difficult to find security anywhere you go. And therefore you try to, it's almost like because you're insecure in your own body, you try to create more and more security in your physical space, in your home life. So to the point where it can get a little bit controlling sometimes. And that's what I'm seeing for you guys in the next, you know, in the coming weeks, months, this could be even the coming year. You're going to be healing yourself through creating that security anywhere you are. You won't care where you live. You won't care who's around you. You will slowly start creating the security of, no matter where I am secure, because I have my body to take care of myself, and I have my spirit to take care of myself. And that's something that you're going to start lifting and letting go. I see that you guys might have had very tough childhoods where you were immediately put into an unsafe place. Maybe you lived in an unsafe environment, and you know, maybe, you know, whatever it was, the unsafe environment could have affected you. And to this day, it's almost like you expect to be unsafe. But the good thing is that you're healing that in the next coming months. You are healing that, and you're planning for the future. And you're planning for the future in this hopeful way. You're not planning for the future in a way that is anxious, or it's almost like you are putting this anxiety. And I think a lot of you guys even do this almost like daydreaming, but daydreaming about all the wrong things that can happen. It's not even this anxious state. Sometimes it feels to me like sometimes some of you guys literally sit maybe on your drive home, or if you're walking somewhere, and you're thinking of very wrong things that could happen, and it's like a daydream. It's not, sometimes you don't even have this panic feeling when you're overthinking. You're just overthinking because your brain is so used to feeling unsafe. But I see that that's something that you're healing. You're going to be healing that through food, through your body image, and healing your body image. You're going to be healing that through creating a safe space for yourself, and you're going to be creating a safe space for yourself anywhere you go. So it doesn't just mean your home. It means every time you go to a party or you go to a friend's house, somehow you will create this energy where you will say to yourself, or maybe subconsciously say to yourself, I'm going into this space and I will be safe no matter what, because my safe space just follows me. And maybe that's an affirmation that you can say to yourself. Anywhere I go is a safe space because I am the safe space. So yeah, very interesting. I definitely think a lot of healing is coming for your security, and you will be able to feel a lot more secure. As a result as well, I'm getting energy of you getting more financial and material abundance, getting more security as a result of feeling more secure. So that's the reading that I got for you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you like to do like and subscribe, it really helps out my channel. And if you can leave a comment with your feedback, I love hearing feedback, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. So pile 2, let's see, what is healing? What healing, abundance, and blessings are you getting? Let's get into it straight away. So first, I'm going to pull this oracle card. This will let us know what you're craving in terms of healing and where you're standing and your general vibe in general. So let's get started. So you are represented here by Llama. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. So your healing is very much dependent on you setting boundaries with your loved ones, with strangers in general, just setting boundaries and not letting anyone cross them. So this is a pile that could be people pleasers. It doesn't have to. You don't have to be a complete people pleaser. There's nothing wrong with being people pleaser. That's a wound rather than the personality trait as well. But this talks about someone who wants to give to people no matter how much they get back, because they think that it's going to get them somewhere. You think that it's going to get you somewhere. You think that, people will show you more respect or, care for you more. But in reality, that's not the case. Boundaries are so important for you guys. This could be even boundaries in relationships, romantic or platonic, or with your parents, whoever it is. It could be boundaries with everyone in your life, or maybe there's a particular situation in your life where you need to set boundaries. So then let's have a look and see what needs to be healed exactly. Let's get the details on it with your tarot cards. So we've got the Page of Wands in reverse, and we've got the Queen of Wands. I'm definitely getting, for some of you, this is going to be a specific person who you need healing with or from. This could be someone who is very strong, very opinionated, very, very overbearing, maybe even sometimes. This could be someone who really imposes their ideas on other people. They don't take no for an answer. This would be, so maybe this is a group of people, but this is the general vibe. Like, this person or people don't take no for an answer, and they will push your boundaries. This is not just about you setting boundaries with people that will then say, oh, okay, I just didn't realize that you wanted to set these boundaries. This is a person who will try and fight those boundaries. This is a person who will try and push those boundaries out, if that makes sense. So that is something that is coming through. So maybe for some of you, there's a need to put attention onto that, either to set a boundary or to step away from this person. That's something that I'm seeing as well. Now, another thing that I'm seeing is that this Queen of Wands is not only meant to represent the person, but it's almost like this person could be this Queen of Wands energy, but also you have this Queen of Wands energy within you. So the Queen of Wands, she doesn't have to always be overbearing. She is a leader though. So this person is a natural leader. I do see that, but so are you. You and this person actually mirror each other a lot. You and this person are actually very similar in a way. So I'm seeing that this person could be triggering you. They could be a little bit of a mirror to you. Even if you don't have exactly the same personality traits, there is a very strong leadership-like quality in both of you. And there's also this uncomfortable energy of mirroring. It's like you see something in this person that you maybe dislike in yourself. So for a lot of you, maybe shadow work is very important to be, like, maybe there's a lot of shadow work to be done. Looking at your shadow self, what do you not like about yourself? And this is really, honestly, very interesting dynamic that is happening between you and this person. I'm also getting that you and this person could have actually had you could have had very strong boundaries in the past, or you could have had a very strong relationship in the past where maybe you didn't set boundaries, but it almost felt like you didn't need to set boundaries because you respected each other on that level. But also at the same time, a lot of the time when a relationship starts or some sort of connection starts, things can be very respectful and people do respect each other a lot. But if that relationship is not maintained, it can very slowly but very surely change into something that has no boundaries and change into something that is a little bit toxic because we're not monitoring where that slip, because we can slip off, because it's easy when you first meet a person, but it does get harder when you know this person and you know their shadow energy, their hidden shadow self. It does get a little bit more difficult. So I'm seeing maybe this relationship was really good at some point and very healing and very nurturing to you at some point. And now you're looking at this relationship and starting to think, where did it change? This used to be such a healing situation for me. This could be, a relationship, a romantic relationship. Sorry, my cat is going crazy. But I feel like this relationship made you feel really good at one point, and all of a sudden you look back and go, how something so healing can turn almost the opposite, something that causes me to need to be healed in me so quickly, or maybe so slowly but so surely. That's something that's coming through. So let's see what the gift is. What's the blessing? What's the healing blessing that's coming to you? So we've got give love. Oh my God, look at this. And there's two people and they're giving each other like these candles with hearts on them. Oh my God, I'm getting like really strong energy of like, this was either a romantic relationship or like a one-to-one friendship that some of you may want to. I think for some of you, this will be like a salvageable situation. This is for some, like, look at the double. We've got double and we've got two court cards. Another thing that I'm seeing is that one of the people in this connection is a little bit more immature than the other. One of the people, and it could be, it could be the other person, it could be you. You will know, by gauging this, you will know. I'm getting that one of the people in this connection is a little bit more immature. They have a little bit more of a childlike energy. Even if they don't have a childlike energy, I'm just getting that they are a little bit less, there's not as much wisdom in them. So I don't know which one it is, but you will know who it is. But I'm getting that intuitively you guys are actually very, 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 very connected. There's a lot of I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are soulmates, whether it is like a romantic or a platonic connection. But again, do remember that not all soulmates are meant to stay in your life. So don't hold on to something if it doesn't work anymore. I'm also seeing that this immature energy, and or I don't want to say immature because that's not exactly what it is. It's more like the more naive energy, I probably should say. The more naive energy in this connection um is starting to feel exhausted. That's another thing that I'm getting. So this could be you or this could be the other person. They're starting to feel exhausted from the connection. So another thing that I'm getting, there's a lot of fire energy. You guys could be fire signs. But also I'm getting that this could have been, there could have been a huge spark when you met this person. You could have started off your relationship on a huge, like, passionate kind of whirlwind. It probably felt great. Maybe you spent every waking moment together. And that can be a little bit damaging sometimes, because by spending every waking moment together, by investing so much time and not letting the relationship or connection grow in a more slow paced way, it can burn out very quickly. So some of you guys in this connection, this relationship, friendship, whatever it is, you're suffering from burnout from each other. It's almost like both of you have just like burned very, 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 very intensely for a very long time. You didn't set boundaries with each other. I'm kind of getting both of you could have crossed each other's boundaries. Like, honestly, I'm getting equality because I keep seeing these candles and I keep seeing it like as equal sign. I don't know if that, like, I just see it as an equal sign. There's a lot of equality in good things and in bad things. Yes, sure, one person is a little bit more immature, a little bit more naive, but as a whole, this relationship is very equal. I can't help but look at this kind of energy and look at it and go, there's a lot of equality. There was probably a lot of mutual respect at some point, but things just got like almost burnt, you know. But at the same time, what I do get is that reconciliation for most of you is possible. It's possible to start over. It's possible to try again. But that's going to be completely up to you. But let's see what the tarot says in terms of fixing this or healing, healing without this person, with this person. Let's see. We've got temperance, balance. There was not enough balance in this connection. Like, this connection was so out of balance. When things were good, they were good, and when things were bad, they were really horrible. So that's something that's coming through. We've got the Hierophant and we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. I am majorly getting that you and this person have the capacity and the capability of exhausting each other. Like, I am getting that both parties, again, I'm getting equality and mirroring. You guys mirror each other so much. This is insane. I'm definitely getting a very spiritual connection here. I think spiritually you were guided to each other, and you probably recognized it. If you are into spirituality, you probably recognized it in this person. Both of you could have even in a way manifested each other into your lives at the time when you met each other. Whether you were into manifesting, whether you weren't into manifesting, there was this strong pull for someone who was your equal, for someone who was similar to you, for someone who maybe you guys even went through very similar experiences when you first met, or like before you met. What I'm seeing here, you do have the potential to, in a way, you guys are meant to be each other's gurus. I keep hearing you're meant to be each other's gurus. There's something that each person can teach the other. I'm seeing the main thing that I'm getting that is a difference in you. You are very similar, but the difference in you with this person seems to be that one of you is someone who can show the other how to be very grounded and very present in the physical world. Like, one of you is very physical, one of you is very material, one of you is someone who really connects to earth and really connects to, I'm getting that one of you is the Empress and one of you is the High Priestess. That's what they're showing me. I'm getting one of you is the Empress and one of you is the High Priestess, both very powerful but in very different ways. The Empress is connected to the earth. She's connected to creativity. She's connected to abundance. And the High Priestess is connected to wisdom. She's connected to source. She's connected to spirituality. She's connected to the other world. And it's almost like both of you can feed the other or nourish the other in a healing way. Now, another thing, for some of you, I'm seeing that your journey with this person has ended. That is something that I'm seeing. You will know intuitively which kind of side you fall on. Again, this is a general reading. Please take what resonates. Some of you have come to the end of the journey with this person. But the weird thing that I'm getting is that there could be in the future you may interact with this person again, but in a way as almost like, thank God we stopped this relationship, where we stopped this connection when we needed to stop it. I'm glad that we kind of saw that it was time to end and time to wrap it up, basically. But the good thing as well is what I'm getting here is both of you are more. This might not come across to you right now. Maybe it doesn't seem that way right now, but you are better now for knowing this, like for the fact that you knew this person. You are more stable in a way right now. The way you are now, you are more stable because of this person. You are actually already very healed, even though the situation with this person, there's something that hurt you, clearly. Something hurt you with this person. But at the same time, this person has healed a lot of things in you, and you have healed a lot of things in that person. And even if the ending of this relationship wasn't pretty, it wasn't nice, it's still an ending that happened for a reason, but the healing also happened for a reason. You don't have to throw out all the healing that you gave each other, and you don't have to disregard all the healing that you gave each other just because it didn't end pretty, if that makes sense. And that is, I love this message. I think this is a really lovely message. It's almost like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you reconnect with this person or you don't, because at the end of the day, you already had an impact on each other's lives, and you can accept the fact that you had positive impact on each other without having to worry about the ending that was maybe not pretty. The relationship and the connection was beautiful without the ending needing to be beautiful. That's something that I'm getting. Very powerful group number 2. I hope this helped. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you would like to leave me a comment with feedback, I love getting feedback. And I'll see you in my next video, and I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Bye. Okay, group number 3, let's see, what is your healing blessing that's coming into your life? So first of all, let's have a look at your animal oracle deck, or animal oracle cards, to see how are you represented in your state right now, and what you're maybe longing for in terms of your healing. Now, you guys got 2 of the animal cards, which was interesting. So you might have a duality to you. So we're going to have a look and see what they say. So we've got Owl, listen to messages of the angels. And we've got Raven, prepare for change. Okay, you guys got wow. These are 2 very spiritual birds. First of all, both birds are very spiritual. Raven and Owl both talk about wisdom. I would associate Owl more with spiritual wisdom, connection to source, connection to the other side. But I would connect Raven more to the intellectual, maybe more to the logical, but still spiritual energy. So you're maybe trying to incorporate a lot of logic, but also you guys are very spiritual. So you guys are trying to integrate the 2 at the moment. I definitely think that a lot of you guys seek healing through spirituality. Some of you could be into practicing witchcraft, or reading tarot, meditation. You guys like to go really deep with your spirituality and connect very deeply to the source and your higher self as well. I'm seeing that you guys love the concept and the idea of the higher self. I think that's something that's really speaks to you. That's something that you really like to tap into in general. You really listen to your higher self. You really try to give your higher self the space to talk and to express itself through you. So that's definitely really, really, you guys have a level of mystery to you as well. Even if you maybe don't see yourself as mysterious, there's a lot of things that you still have to uncover. It's almost like you don't even know half of the things that are going to happen in your life and how life will evolve, how you're going to evolve in life. It's kind of a lot of your future and a lot of what's going to happen to you is meant to be quite hidden from you. So maybe you guys are one of those some of those people that maybe your pick a cards never resonate or seem confusing. Maybe you guys always seem to get very muddled messages. It's because your spirit guides are very protective over what information you have access to, because you're meant to lead a life of mystery in a way. And I'm not saying this to scare you. This is more so actually an exciting kind of energy. Like, life is a mystery and anything is possible, and isn't that great? That's kind of what I'm getting for you guys. So I'm kind of hearing maybe you need to heal the need to know everything all the time. So that's something that's coming through. But let's see what the tarot cards say. What do pile number 3 need to heal? 9 of Swords in reverse and Queen of Swords. Okay, I definitely think some of you feel the need to know everything all the time. It's like, I always want to know what's going to happen. I always want to know where my life is going. And in reality, your higher self doesn't care about what happens. It just wants to experience the present moment. A lot of your healing is also meant to be done in a traditional way. And when I say traditional way, so a lot of your healing is actually meant to happen through therapy. A lot of your healing is meant to happen through understanding your mind, understanding mental psychology, understanding the workings of the brain. For a lot of you guys, your healing process is also through knowledge. You guys are definitely, when I think about the owl, you know, owl is always, where do we see imagery of the owl? It's always with books. It's always in schools. It's always a part of some sort of imagery for studying and gaining knowledge. And raven, the first thing that I always think about ravens is that fact that I learned that they never forget a human face. They actually have the ability to distinguish and remember human faces. To me, ravens are about memory and connecting to memories. So you guys are very intellectual, very intelligent people in this pile. And a lot of the time, your intellect can be your own worst enemy sometimes. It's because you are very intelligent and you're able to comprehend a lot of concepts, and those concepts can really haunt you sometimes, because it's like you'll be having a good time and then it's like a memory of the fact that like I could die at any time, and just kind of like, you know, this kind of energy of like you remembering random facts that can upset you. Maybe you guys suffer from intrusive thoughts as well, and that's another thing that's coming through. But the beautiful thing is, even if your mind is the one that kind of plays tricks on you, at the same time, your mind is the thing that will heal you, and your mind and your connection to spirituality, but also the ability to integrate spirituality and your mind is what's going to heal you. But in a big way, I'm definitely getting you guys healing yourself through therapy, but also not only just therapy with like going into in with a therapist, but getting like I'm getting imagery of a therapist giving you a list of books to read up on, a therapist maybe or a guidance counselor, whoever it is, giving you resources. I feel like a lot of you guys are actually big readers in this group. Like, you like to read, you like to gain knowledge, or you're someone who listens to a lot of podcasts, and you like your brain is like a sponge. You just take on so much information, and sometimes it can get you down because that information can be overwhelming. But at the same time, this 9 of Swords is in reverse. You're learning how to not let that information invade your enjoyment of the present moment. It's something you're learning. It's something you're trying to heal, as we're trying to find out here. So let's see, what is your healing blessing that's coming into your life? So we've got gratitude and thanks. I love this card as well. It's just so happy. So maybe one of the healing things that you are struggling with is recognizing all the things that you have and all the things that you can be grateful for. And again, we all do it. It's not like you are wrong for having these feelings sometimes. But what I'm getting is that you will be evolving in the way that you give gratitude and the way that you feel grateful. You will have this. I'm getting an overwhelming feeling of gratitude soon. So I'm getting a feeling of like maybe you guys will step into a place where you feel so grateful for your friends, for your family, for your partners, and you really recognize it. And also, another thing that I'm seeing is you saying to yourself, I'm so grateful for everyone that I have in my life. And I know that I want them here because I chose them. Like the idea of being able to choose your inner circle is going to be something that you're going to be giving gratitude for. Like, I'm so grateful that I get to choose these people in my life. Like this, there's also almost a level of empowerment. Maybe sometimes you guys used to just go along with any type of friendship group that was available to you because you felt like you didn't deserve the type of people you wanted to be around. Maybe you guys used to hang out with low vibrational people because you thought that it was the only way to be accepted. And the new healing energy is like, I chose the people in my life. I chose my career. Maybe you guys used to do a job that, sucked your soul out and didn't give you anything in return other than like a paycheck. And you thought it was the only option, but all of a sudden you realize I get to choose what I do. I will get to choose to be happy. The idea of choice and and free will and the gratitude for that choice and free will is going to be extremely important. It's going to really connect you to your higher self, which is so important to you, obviously, when we've got the raven and the owl here. So let's see, how exactly is it going to happen? Pile number 3. We've got the Ace of Swords. You guys, the men, you guys could be air signs or have air signs, especially with all the flight energy, with all these birds. Air energy is so strong with you guys. You have a lot of air, kind of airy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy that's coming through here. But you guys are getting a level of clarity that I think you've never had before. It's this level of higher knowing, knowing that you choose the people you want to have in your life. You choose the job that you want to have, and being unapologetic about making choices. It's almost that like you used to think that you had to apologize for the choices that you make. Like if you went and said, I'm going to quit this job because I hate it and I'm going to go and look for a job that fulfills me, you almost felt like you should feel sorry about it or feel guilty for it because nobody else is doing it. So an unapologetic way of making choices and choosing people and jobs and clarity in your life, but at the same time giving gratitude for the fact that you get to choose. We've also got the High Priestess in reverse, and we've got the Hermit card in reverse. Again, I am getting a very strong, I think another thing that I'm getting here for you guys is I think you guys are suffering from loneliness, or you have suffered from loneliness recently and you're just starting to pull out of it. Another thing that I'm getting is that the fact that you guys are saying, I choose the people and the jobs in my life, maybe you guys had to cut people off from your circle. Maybe you've had to cut people out of your life. But very soon you will see the benefit of cutting those people out of your life. You will very soon see the abundance that cutting that negative energy out is bringing you. Even if you feel lonely right now, even if you feel depressed right now, there's going to be results that will cause you to feel grateful for the fact that you had the ability to make that choice. Or it could even be a toxic habit. You could have cut out a toxic habit. It could be as simple as like maybe you decided to stop drinking alcohol or something like that. And every time you go to a party or to hang out with people now, you always feel lonely because you're maybe not the only one or one of the only people not drinking, and it makes you feel lonely and kind of like you're not in the mix. But in reality, you will start feeling more and more integrated the more you do it. And you will start finding people that maybe are doing the same thing and are maybe in the same kind of boat, and start being grateful, because it's almost like you release the negative and the positive starts pouring in. And that's what will make you feel so grateful and have so much gratitude for what you get to do and how you get to receive abundance. I'm seeing a lot of clarity though. I'm seeing a lot of like reading on how to cut more toxic patterns out of your life. I'm getting a lot of studying. Some of you guys could even be going into higher level education, or you could be continuing education, but it's something that you actually want to study. It's actually something that you want to do. So you're making choices. You're really making choices in order to better your life unapologetically, but at the same time staying grateful for the fact that you get to have free will and make choices so easily, not easily, but so effectively. But that's the reading that I got for you. Pile number 3, you guys were a very powerful pile. I think you guys have very powerful minds. Some of you could probably manifest things very effortlessly with your mind. So utilize that. I believe in you, pile 3. You're amazing. If you have any feedback for me, leave it down in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. So pile number 4, let's see what is the healing blessings that are coming to you. So we'll start with the animal card that I pulled for you to see what is your energy, what is your what needs you have for healing, where you might seek those healing aspects. So let's start. We've got Bear, use power with wisdom. So I do see that in order to feel healed, you almost sometimes need to feel like the protector. You need to feel very in control. That's something that I'm definitely getting for you guys, pile number 4. You are definitely leaders. That's something that's coming off the bat. You're leaders, you have leader-like energy, you like to be in control, you like when people can rely on you, you like to be protective, and a lot of your healing comes and stems from that. Some of you could be parents, and maybe that is like a big part of you feeling healed, that you can be a good parent, good protector to your child. Maybe you're the oldest sibling, or even if you're the youngest sibling, you feel very protective over your siblings in general. So there's definitely that kind of like energy of you needing to be in control in order to feel like you're healed. Let's see, what do you need to have healed? We have the 2 of Swords in upright, and we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. A lot of you, or sorry, not the Knight, the King of Swords in reverse. I definitely think a lot of you guys are like, you guys have boss energy, that's for sure. There's boss energy there. But you get bogged down by when life requires you to go with the flow. You get bogged down by maybe currently in this energy right now, you feel like you have to go with the flow, but you hate it. You hate going with the flow. You want to be able to make choices. You want to be able to create your own path. You want to be in control. I keep getting the imagery of like, those video games where it's multiple choice. So like, it gives you the option to go different paths, and that's exactly what you want. You want to navigate your world and your life like those video games where you get 3 options and you very clearly just decide and make one of those options, and it's very easy. You just keep moving on to the next question and then you pick another option. But life doesn't work that way. There's external factors that affect us, and that gets in your head. That gets you maybe even irritated or uncomfortable. You want to be in control. You guys are definitely, maybe some of you guys are quite type A. You definitely want to be in control. You don't want external factors to affect you, but that's not the way things work. So that is something that you will need to heal. So what is the blessing? You guys got 2 blessings though, so I'm really excited for you guys. Every other group only got 1. These are the blessings that are coming into your life in order to help you heal. So first we got inspiration and courage. You guys are, I'm definitely getting that you guys are a brave bunch. Like, you guys are very brave, very courageous. You don't care about taking risks. It's more so that you care about if you take a risk but you know that you have complete control of taking that risk, you're fine. But if you take a risk and you literally have no idea what might happen, that's where you get very scared. You need control. And we've got connect to Gaia, so connecting to Earth. I'm seeing that there's going to be I'm getting very strong root chakra of you guys, by the way. I'm just getting very strong need to be connected to the Earth. Root chakra either is out of balance, or maybe you guys are there's definitely energy of you are strong when you connect to nature. That is something that I'm seeing. You are strong when you and not the way, for example, pile 1 had this strong need to connect to nature and nurturing yourself through Earth. But with you guys, I don't get so much of like maybe not gardening or cooking or it's not that kind of connection. I feel like you guys need to be almost in wild nature. Like if you can go to the beach, if you can go and walk in a forest, connect to the weather as well. For some of you, for some reason, I'm getting this energy of like connect to the wind, connect to the rain, connect to the sunshine, connecting to energies of the weather. I'm getting very strong like lightning, thunder imagery. You guys are very powerful. There's a lot of power with pile number 4. You have really powerful minds. Maybe when you were a kid you thought you could control the weather. That's another kind of like message that I'm getting, almost like as a sidebar. You can heal yourself through connecting with weather, connecting to it's not only the earth, the rain, the wind, the clouds. Maybe you guys love to cloud gaze. And you have a very wild side to you. That's what I'm getting. Like you're not, even if you're type A, there's a wildness to you. There's a wildness and independence to you. I see that you guys need to be free. You don't do well in captivity, or you don't do well in structures. Even though you are this type A person who likes things to be in control within your own world, the outside world, when it puts boundaries on you, you can't really deal with that. That is very difficult for you to go through. So how do you heal that? How exactly can you heal it? So the blessings are a blessing of courage and a blessing of feeling very connected to the universe, connected to every aspect of nature. That's something that I'm seeing for you. And inspiration. I am getting that. Try and get out in nature and try to find inspiration. I feel like a lot of you guys can be very inspirational people, but sometimes you find it very hard to get inspired by yourself, like the way other people would feel inspired by you. So we've got, how do you heal this? We've got the 8 of Cups. Release the need. Release. I feel like you guys get emotionally attached very easily to a lot of things. There's emotional attachment to a lot of things in your life. It's almost like, the way if you build a relationship or you build a career, in our minds, it's created as this like big massive project, and it's so much time and investment went into it, so much time and energy went into it, that a lot of the time we think if we were to crash that or end that project, end that relationship, and we see it as destroying everything that we put into it. But that's not true. You're not destroying anything. The energy that you put into it and the energy that you got out of it is still there. You're not beating a dead horse, basically. And I think a lot of you guys tend to beat a dead horse. Like you tend to just keep going with something even though it's just not working anymore, even though that it's time to move on. You tend to get stuck on it and fixated on it because you say to yourself, but I've put so much energy into this. I've put so much work into this. Why am I losing this? It's not fair. I'm seeing that you guys are fighters to the end. Like it's a good trait and it can be a bad trait at the same time. It's a good trait because you guys really fight till the end. Like you will make sure you will fight for a relationship till the end. You will fight for a career, for a project till the end. You will do anything to keep it going. But what I love this card in this deck, the death card in this deck, because the death is represented here like by this woman, but there's also like this rebirth in the form of this baby. So to me, this is like an indication of your spirit guide saying, even when something is dead, a relationship, a project, a career, something beautiful can emerge out of it. There can be a new birth that comes out of it, and you should connect to it. Try and see, maybe your healing needs to happen in a way where when something ends, try and see what has this ending actually birthed. So let's say if a relationship ends, look at you, okay, you're not with this person now and you're away from this person. What is it birthing in you? Is it birthing, even if it's birthing grief, but maybe you all of a sudden get to spend more time with your friends. Maybe you all of a sudden start paying attention to your family and you have a newfound connection with your family. If it's a project that ends, maybe it inspired you to start an adjacent project, or a project that is more connected to your soul purpose. There's always something that emerges from an ending, and that's something that your cards really want you to pay attention to. You don't have to control. It's almost like you want to control the endings. You want to control how things end. But in reality, we will never be able to control how something ends. It's very rare where we can control an ending. We can control the way something starts sometimes. We can control the way a beginning of something happens, but it's very rare that we can control how something ends. And I feel like that's something that your spirit guides, your higher self really wants you to know. So that's the reading that I got for you guys, pile number 4. Very interesting, very I think very reassuring energy at the same time. It's almost like things end, but things always emerge from those endings, and you will be able to re-emerge a new, not, I don't even think a new person. You've just been transformed by these experiences that you've wanted to control, and releasing this control can actually help you gain more control in a funny way. That's something that I'm getting. But this is a reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. If you have any feedback for me, leave it in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.